Well, here we are. We're back again.
We are back.
So we have some announcements, but I think this first announcement is the one we're really excited about.
How excited?
Super excited. The chopstick guys now are...
We are champions of light.
Yeah.
And what that means is that we are now ambassadors actually for Stella Pro Lights by Light in Motion. And we could not be more excited about that.
Correct.
First of all, it's a big honor
to
be working with Light in Motion. They're an incredible company, but we love these lights. And you'll probably hear a lot more of talking about it in the future because it's good stuff.
That's right. So we just uploaded today a brand new project that we've been working on for a few weeks now called the Sea Raider. And if you get a chance, watch it. Like, you can even stop watching us right now and watch that, because what a great...
You'll find it on our YouTube channel. It's a video that was premiered this morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Yep.
But it was probably one of the most fun photo projects.
It was so nice too.
Definitely cool. But
yeah, I'm just doing a little check here to make sure that all of our audio is working well.
Like it's all going good.
Audio is working well. And it's all going good. So
So go ahead and check it out on YouTube. We'd love to have you give us back comments of what you thought about it. But we actually did a shoot using
nothing but
the
CLX
10 lights, which is amazing because we're using these in an outdoor situation. We're along the Oregon coast, super bright light, but they performed like magic. It was really cool.
So we talked about this a little bit earlier with some people, but I think it's good to just kind of start from the beginning as far as Light in Motion used to be a dive light company. They still do dive lights.
Yep.
So what's cool is this tiny little light here is 10,000 lumens.
And if you don't know what 10,000 lumens equals, just know it's blindingly bright.
Think of your super bright flashlight is like 1,000 lumens. So it's like 10 times brighter than your brightest flashlight. And these things they're not, some of them are waterproof. They've got a number of models that are waterproof. This is water resistant.
Which means what? It means that you can use it out in the rain. So, we shoot all the time outdoors.
Yeah. You just can't submerge this in water simply because there's a fan right inside here for the heat sink to cool this light. But look at the size, the form factor of this thing. It weighs, maybe a couple pounds. Mm-hmm. This thing takes the place. It's smaller than a 70-200 lens. So it actually fits in my camera bag.
It's more like a 24-70 size. So
yeah.
But yeah, 10,000 lumens. So here's the whole deal, right? So we've been planning to do this photo shoot over a period of about a year. And we originally had planned it out using our big monolights, the big flashes that dump a lot of power onto your subject. Well, we started building this relationship with Light in Motion, with Stella Pro Lights. And we thought to ourselves, well, I wonder if we can do that same shoot just using the Stella lights.
Yeah, because, historically, one of the problems have been with LED lights is they're no good outside during the daytime. When you're inside or you're, in the evening time, they are phenomenal.
And that's because they've never been bright enough.
They've not been bright enough.
Yeah.
We now did a whole like 2 days of shooting where we used these lights in the daylight.
Yep.
And they were great.
But we were pretty worried though at first.
We were. Like the monolights were in the trunk the whole time, thinking we might have to pull those out. So
and we never did.
Never not once.
So we did this whole story, and the Sea Raiders is all about this adventurous girl, right? She's like a combination between Indiana Jones and Lara Croft, and some Marvel heroes, like all these things combined. She's on the search for treasure. And so in the video that we have here on YouTube, kind of going over the shoot, it showed the progression of the story coming together. And in that video, you'll see pictures of what happened. We just finished actually filming, or the reason we're sitting here at the table, we just finished filming a behind the scenes, how we got the shot video. Yeah,
so we kind of went through each shot that we actually kind of decided as our final shots and talked through how we did it and what was our thought process on each of those. Because a couple things we did differently is we used a wide lens. I was shooting a 14-24 and almost everything was shot right at 14 millimeter. You were using...
I was using the 15-30.
Yeah,
by Tamron, which stellar lens.
Yeah.
Such a stellar lens. But you want to check out that behind the scenes video. That one comes out, I don't know, when do you think? sometime the end of this week, probably.
Yeah. I'll be putting that together the next couple of days, but hopefully by Friday we'll get that out where you can kind of follow along with each of those photos.
But if you haven't watched the Sea Raider yet, definitely check it out.
Yeah. And please like it and make a comment. That helps.
If you don't like it.
Even if you don't. Yeah. Like it anyways. That helps YouTube share that out with more people.
Yes.
And helps grow our channel so that we can provide content like
all the
this.
Free content that you love. But what else about this? I mean, talk about this.
Okay. So this light, like we said, is a 10,000 lumens. When I pop this on right here, this is 4,000 lumens is all. But this right here is called a Fresnel. And you think about a lighthouse. You go to a lighthouse and you see that weird piece of glass in front of the light. Well, that focuses the light. It's shaped in a way that creates, and rather than the light spreading out and you're losing it out in the nether regions. That's probably a bad way to say it, huh? In just other places, it narrows that beam so the light travels together further. So you can pick up about a stop and a half more light by putting this Fresnel on there. So
and this thing, that's really bright.
I just got to click it on the right way, and there we go. Now we actually can kind of focus that beam down.
So this thing made a huge difference. So there was one point that we were shooting, and it got really pretty bright. You'll be able to see that you'll
see the effect of the light.
You'll see the effect of the light, which is something that I love. That if you guys ever shoot with monolights or strobes or any kind of flash, you can't see what the light is doing until you've taken the picture.
Yeah.
With
and everybody's gone to mirrorless cameras, and it's so nice. What you see is what you get. We have mirrorless cameras, but our main workhorse cameras are still DSLRs.
We're still old school.
Old school. It hasn't been a reason to. So a couple other things that I really love about this light is there's so many different attachments. Yep. Like this actually is like a protective lens that goes over the LED. But I love this frosted glass dome. So I do a lot of video work. And I love, in a pinch, and not even in a pinch, I used to always put a umbrella, shoot through umbrella, but I'm finding with this frosted dome, I actually can get really good light out of there.
And it's probably on this, computer screen. It's looking a little.
Yeah, it's going to look
that actually looks
horrible, but I actually can pop that up and do an interview really quickly. Check this out. This is so cool. This is an Elechrome remote that you can get to go with this light. And as you can see, I can hit the button and I can turn it off. So if I've got this light sitting away from me and I want to turn it on, I can hit the button, start my recording. The recording's over. Just grab this out of my back pocket. I also can adjust the power of the light. So I can...
You can go beyond that too, because if you have multiple lights, right?
Yep.
You can set these up on groups, and that way you can control, okay, I want this light to be the key light. It's going to be brighter. That one's going to be a side light, right? And you can adjust.
Correct. You can just do it all remotely. And
so pretty nifty.
In this day and age, we have to do a lot of stuff by ourselves.
A lot.
And that's what the beauty of this thing is. I have a light over here. I don't have to go, oh, stop. Don't record yet. And I got to go over here and walk and adjust the light and come back, look at my camera. Oh, I got to make another adjustment. I could do it all here with the remote. So that is stinking awesome. So if you're a guy that likes to do video or photos, man, this little frosted dome is incredible. They have all kinds of kits available. So one of the things you're going to find out when you look at these Stella Pro lights is the first thing that we said was, wow, those are pricey. And we didn't know why. But we hadn't felt them, had them in our hands. We just saw a picture of them and said, well, that seems like a lot of money for an LED light, because do you like LEDs?
No.
I hate LEDs. Them. And the reason we hated them is because one picture would be yellow, one picture would have a green tint, one picture would have a blue tint, and the colors are constantly shifting. And they're little tiny diodes, so you get like weird shadows and they're sharp. And there just was nothing likable about LED.
Let me answer a quick question from Michael.
Yeah.
Michael Garcia asked, can you plug it into the wall and still use it while charging the battery?
Yes,
absolutely. Yes.
You can. And that's how I normally use it. Because like I said, I actually do a children's TV show, and I'll use these lights and I'll plug them in, because I've had too many times, like right in the middle of filming something, boop, the battery dies. And I go, oh no, I thought I had 50 minutes on that battery at full power. So I can run them full power and just keep them plugged in. And Michael, we haven't put it in there. I'll actually type it in the chat window right now. If you use our code, you will not find these lights cheaper anywhere. So they have been really, really good to us.
Very generous.
And actually, they were very generous to everybody else. So talk amongst yourself.
So no. So let me talk about another brand new accessory. So let me back up actually. They sell these lights in a couple different configurations. So you can just buy just the light with the charger.
Yeah.
The battery charger. But you have your bag there?
I do.
Okay. So, or you can buy it as a kit, which includes, you know, a light, the charger, includes the Fresnel, the brackets, the dome.
You get the charger.
Some barn doors. You get all kinds of goodies in there.
You got the barn doors that you could put on your different...
It includes a Bowens, or not a Bowens, but a Profoto mount.
The Profoto mount.
Another accessory mount includes a Fresnel. So
I believe this is a 50-degree spot.
It's a 50-degree spot.
So you can actually, a little different than Fresnel, it's going to channel it even into a tighter spot, where the Fresnel, we're still going to spread out a little bit more. So
pretty stinking awesome. But
filter holder, all kinds of cool stuff in here.
That's what we ended up when we first got involved with them, actually getting was this kit that included all the gizmos. But here's something that they just came out with.
And it's not on the site yet.
It's not on the site, but one of the questions that we've been getting from all of our workshop attendees is like, I've got all my Bowens mount soft boxes and stuff. How do I mount them to this guy? Well, it used to be an issue. We actually steered everybody to the Godox Mount. They make a mount that was made for a speed light, which is kind of sandwiched on there, and you'd clamp it down. But it wasn't really... It was kind of janky how it worked, right? Yep. So now they've got this mount that actually goes on the end of or actually no, it goes right onto here. So
it replaces that adapter.
It goes right on to the light itself. It hooks on. Now here's the cool thing: is once you have the mount that comes with it that connects to the light.
I haven't put it on there, but it's going to be the same mount here.
So you stick it on there, and now all the weight is not on the light. Right, because that's what was happening before. If you stuck that bracket on here, the softbox would end up going right, because it was the bracket was. Yeah. And
it would you know, this piece right here turns a little bit, so it's not as perfectly round, so you can't really grab it well, and it would slide.
So this solves that problem by using this mount. Now it should be probably in the next few weeks you'll see it.
You'll see it on the website.
But this mount,
quality products. When you put these things in your hand, that's what blew us away. So we have a good friend, Scott Robert Lim, that we were teaching a workshop in Santa Barbara, and we invited Scott to come out and come teach with us, and he brought his Stella lights out that day, and we were blown away with how well they worked. That was the first time we'd seen them, but more importantly, he stuck these in our hand, and when you feel this, it's like, no wonder these things are waterproof, or these ones are water resistant, but the ones he had were waterproof. Yep. I think once you get under the 8,000, they're completely sealed. You go like 100 feet deep with those things. They're dive lights.
So, I mean, all that stuff is great, right? I mean, just the build.
The technical.
But here's the big thing that I think matters to photographers. And the reason why we hated is not even probably a strong enough word, hated LED light for photography before this. We hated what they did to my picture.
Yeah.
Right? The light quality was poor. It was always blue. It looked harsh. The first time we used these was actually with Scott. And we were blown away with what we were getting out of. And
we kept going, the color temperature, we kept going, they're warm, but they don't give you that orange warm look. It's just like we were going, why are skin tones coming out so good?
Yep. And we've been amazed shot with them. The light color has been fantastic.
So we took a tour of their facility. Another cool thing is these are not an imported light. We actually went to where they're made. We watched them being made right outside of Monterey in Marina, California. They were assembling these things, putting them together. The battery technology, very similar to what's in the Tesla Roadster. And that's where a lot of the problems with LEDs come in, is battery efficiency. Draws a lot of battery power. So the batteries create a lot of heat. So this heat sink is not for the light, it's to cool the batteries down. But so one of the things they had told us was, wow, I'm glad you guys noticed that color temperature, because they said that's something we're really proud of. Because you had asked, you said, so what's the difference between that,
a cheap one and
cheap $100 light and this light? And he went, right here, the LED. And he goes, more importantly, it's the coating on the LED. He said, that's what you're paying for. It's like that particular coating there that goes on these LEDs is so perfectly, even, so that it's going to give you a color temperature that doesn't change.
Right. It doesn't fluctuate.
So what's happening, the way he explained it to us, was that LEDs produce blue light. I had to open it because I realized I had a hair, probably from my dog in there. And by this yellow coating, you know, I was earlier looking at going, wait, yellow and blue make green. No, you got to think of it as yellow cancels blue out. So it's canceling that out, and it's putting it into, they showed us on a graph that there's like this big spot of area that on the color chart of this spectrometer, they said, oh, like here's where most of them fit. And they're like, we're right here, and we only move tiny amounts in our color, and it is towards that redder side, but not red. It's just a warmer side, and it's consistent. Every time we've used this, the colors have never shifted for us.
So yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool to actually see that these things are American made, and I can't talk enough about them. But during our C-Raider shoot, kind of tying it all back to that, like we completed that whole shoot over 2 days, and shot 4 or so scenes and created the video for it. Again, using these lights is the exclusive lights, and they crushed it.
They did.
Like every scene, you'll see in the video, like how we were able to use them in the location and why they worked. And
and one of the other reasons, again, portability. We always tell our workshop group, our mantra over the last few years have always been, don't be lazy. Because as photographers, we're all lazy. It's so easy to open the trunk of the car and go, I have to walk down there to that beach, and I'm going to carry these big light stands and these big mono lights, and I got to carry sandbags. This sure makes it a lot easier to go, all I have to take is these. And you know what? We put these on the Manfrotto Nano stands.
Yeah. Have you guys ever used those? Those are amazing, amazing stands. They're really tiny.
Yep. They close up to like 19 inches, but they go up over 6 foot tall. A monolight, you got to have somebody hold them.
Tippy.
Basically, they're a monopod that somebody can hold on to. But with these lights, they stand on their own.
And watch the video, because you'll even see them stand during a wave.
During the wave attacks, yeah. So, and then we just throw a little sandbag on there. And the beautiful part about shooting at the beach is you take the empty sandbags when we get there. And the sandbags, let me tell you, they are the sandbags that are made for easy up tents.
Yeah.
You can go get them at a sporting goods store,
tents.
And they're just like 2 bags that can Velcro onto the center post. I love it because normally they're like saddlebags, and you're always like going, how do I fit these? And they slide off unless you have a C-stand. So these hook on well, filled them with sand. We got done, dumped them out, carried the empty bags back. But tiny nano stands, easy use with a sandbag, and they were secure. Because we all know it's not if your lights are going to blow over, it's when.
And here's the tip of the day. Mark kind of alluded to it. If you're shooting at the beach and using sandbags, don't bring your sandbags to the beach full of sand. Fill them at the beach, because you don't have to carry a big, heavy 15-pound sandbag.
And I'll tell you what, you get these things on Amazon, a 4-pack of them are like $14. So they're they're always folded up in one of my camera bags. So I have my regular sandbags that are the saddlebag ones, but then I've got these empty ones that are just ready to go. I've heard of guys telling me, oh yeah, I take those because I put my water bottles in there, and that's what they use as their weight. And then they can drink the water on the way up back.
Definitely.
So anyways, good stuff, easy to use.
Watch the video, check it out. We were really happy with how it turned out. We were really happy with how the pictures turned out.
Please make a comment. Please like it. So it shared out more, so we can make more content like this.
And be on the lookout at the end of the week also for kind of the behind the scenes shot.
There we go. Yeah, where we talk through each shot.
My brain was working. Behind the scenes video of the pictures we shot. That's exactly what I was trying to say. There we go. All right, but we just wanted to come on here and chat with you guys for a few minutes. And Michael, thanks for your comments, and look forward to getting your feedback on the video. But until next time, don't forget,
say sushi.
All right, everybody, have a good day.
There's some big chopsticks.